Okay, what's up, y'all? So I've been out here doing some work, but it's break time, and I wanted to show y'all something right quick. So this is dragon fruit. For anybody that don't know, now my store started regularly carrying these not too long ago, and I had never had one before. So when I saw it, I said, "Yeah, I'll give it a try." Well, I can't say I'm in love with it, but keep in mind when you get these from the store, like this came from Ecuador. So it's picked so early that it's not going to be ripe. Um, so this isn't fully ripe, but I can say this: in the very center of it is the best tasting part, and it's almost like tomatoes for me. Like tomatoes at the grocery store, they have no like they don't taste like nothing. So I imagine that the best tasting part of this would actually be better if I grew my own. So I'm like, let me do an experiment. Maybe I can grow this. Well, I did germinate some seeds. I think I showed y'all the seeds previously, but I didn't film none of it because I just wasn't thinking at the time. So this time I want to show y'all, number one, how to eat a dragon fruit. Number two, how to collect the seeds. And I'm also going to try, this is a bad example. This is where they cut it off the cactus. These grow on a cactus. See how there's hardly anything there? Well, let me show you another one that actually looks pretty good. This is one that I ate last night and I put it in a bag. Can you see how there's a much bigger little section of cactus there? Let's see. Can y'all see how that looks much more substantial? I'm gonna try to root that. I tried to root some pieces of this before, but I didn't have a really good piece. This has been about the best looking one. The other ones, I'm not even going to try to root the ends. If anybody knows anything about cactuses, if you drop a piece of that on the ground, generally they root. Like if you take the paddles and just shove them in dirt, generally they root. So, like I said, snack time. So let me show you how to do this. So you pretty much want to cut this in half. And you can cut it in half any way that you would like to. I like to cut it in half kind of the long way. So be careful not to cut yourself. They cut pretty easy. They're not like the skin and stuff isn't super tough. But my knife is sharp. Um, so once that's cut in half, that's what you have in the middle. So you see all those seeds. Okay, so they do make other varieties that have yellow flesh, pink flesh, red flesh. This is your garden variety, white with the black seeds. So the seeds are very reminiscent of kiwi. The sweetest part is going to be this part right in the middle. But you pretty much just eat it like you eat a melon. The texture is very much like kiwi. If you don't like kiwi, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you probably won't like this. If you like kiwi, you'll probably like this. The main difference is these are way less sweeter than kiwi. But like I said, and I've actually looked at other people grow these, and they even said that they're much sweeter when you grow your own. I don't think there's gonna be a super sweet fruit. I don't think there are many cacti fruit that are very sweet, like prickly pears. I don't think they're very sweet. But still tasty nonetheless. They're fairly juicy. As people roll by slow and watch me eat dragon fruit and talking to a camera, I'm sure I look like the strangest person on the planet. So I've almost knocked all this out so that I can show y'all the seed collecting process. If If you don't know how to scrape flesh out of a piece of fruit with a spoon, you know, I don't know what to tell you. So I've eaten all that, but you can see, I mean, I could be anal and get every last piece, but I'm trying to save some of the seeds, right? You see the juice dripping. So you see all those little black spots? Okay. Let me show y'all what to do, okay? So we're going to change angle and we'll be back. Okay, so I had this little bowl full of water. It's just a clay bowl. It's not, doesn't matter what it's made out of. So you just want to take your spoon. You see how I'm kind of scraping those seeds? And you can do this with the flesh in it. Just scrape really gently and you get all the seeds off the top. But I think it's easier if you eat the flesh first. So you just want to scrape gently and scrape those down into the water. Now you're going to get a little bit of flesh. It's okay. It's okay. The flesh isn't going to hurt anything. It's just like tomatoes. You know, you see people do all that where they do all the fermenting and stuff with the tomato seeds. I never do all that. You know, you just kind of get them. You're going to scrape them in there much as you can. You don't have to get every single one, but you want to get a nice amount. Okay. Okay, so now that you have that down in there, actually, I have a few more to do. I'm going to do the rest of the ones that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, y'all, we're back. So, got my seeds in here. I got a little sieve here, or strainer, whatever you want to call it. So, make sure I'm in the frame. Okay, yeah. So, you just want to pour this carefully in here. And to be honest, could have just poured it from jump. Well, could have just scraped the seeds in the... So, if I was doing this, y'all do as I say, not as I do. Just scrape your seeds directly into your sieve. You can do this in a faucet. I just so happen to be outside. Then you just want to take this, and as you run water through it, I don't know if y'all can see exactly what I'm doing here. Let me get right on top of the action. Okay, so you let the water run, but you see how I'm kind of pressing this against the sides, and that will make the flesh go through the holes, but the holes are too small for the seeds to go through. So as you can see, you'll see all this. There's a lot of flesh on the outside. It's kind of hard to see because the flesh is it's white. But you pretty much just want to take your thumb or your finger or whatever. And you can do this where you soak it in water and let it ferment, and all this flesh and stuff will come off of the seeds. I don't really do all that because if you get a little of this flesh in there, they're like, oh, your seeds might rot. These ones from the store, honestly, they are not sweet enough, in my opinion, that you're going to have a whole lot of rotting from the sugar that's in the flesh. Not in my opinion, I don't think. So, that's about as anal as I'm going to get with that. There's still a little flesh in there. If you wanted to, you could continue to go and go and go and go until you got every speck of that out. But as I said, it's not really worth it. You got them pretty much. You see, you got a lot of the flesh out. Okay, so let's turn that off before I make everybody have to go pee. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna plant these. So I'm gonna put them in a little thing like this over here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump those papaya seeds out. I have this little tray here that has holes in it. I'm going to put some dirt in that. right click. Okay, back with the dirt. Okay, so what you want to do next? It's fairly simple. I know you're not going to be able to see this too terribly good. I'm going to try to keep my shadow out of the way. So take your seeds. You just want to kind of like shake them in there. See, they're all kind of on a glob over here. Well, that kind of happens. If you let your seeds dry out some, that, you know, you have better luck with that not happening. But you pretty much just want to stir them in with that top layer of dirt. You don't have to get them very deep at all because the seeds are fairly small. So you don't want to bury them too deep. And like I said, I know you probably couldn't really see that, but it's like any other seed. Just kind of sprinkle it on top. If your seeds are dry, they're easier to sprinkle. Mine are super wet. It is what it is. Mix it with the top dirt just a little bit, or if you sprinkle them on top, you can put a little dirt on top of them. You really don't have to cover them. They'll still come up. I'm going to water this in, and then I'll keep y'all posted on when these germinate. So that's how you eat a dragon fruit. Get the seeds out of a dragon fruit and plant the seeds. And also, you know what? In this same little thing, since this is all one experiment, see this little butt I was talking about? Hopefully this isn't too old. And I'm going to, I didn't have really any seeds over here in this corner. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to pretty much kind of bury that. And that end still had some seeds on it, so those seeds may very well germinate. But I just want to bury that and see if I can get that to root. So this is our experiment. And I'm going to keep y'all posted on how these do. My other ones that are over there, some of them have died. Some of them are looking real good. This is my first time really germinating any cactus from seeds. So it's very interesting how they work. So I'm going to keep y'all posted and let y'all know how this does. So until next time, see you guys later.